boxing all day long. Tune in now where sports belong. On your super dial, every play, every win makes you smile. Join us live, don't miss a beat. For the love of sports, our passion's complete. Sport Today, your sport headquarters, where action speaks louder just for you. An honor, 103.5 FM. We're in the zone for sports fans everywhere. Welcome home.
Just 6 days after that cruel 1-0 loss at the Parc des Princes, Paris Saint-Germain and Liverpool, unchanged from that first leg, met again in Anfield. Nuno Mendes with a great goal line clearance to deny Mo Salah the opening goal, and on 12 minutes Paris Saint-Germain squared the tie at 1-1 on aggregate. Bradley Barcola with the square pass into the middle, Ousmane Dembele taking advantage of the mistake from Ibrahima Konate to give Paris a 1-0 lead. And that's the way it would stay. Dijo Donnarumma had to make 2 big saves in the contest. He did so. It was Alisson Becker, again the busier of the 2 goalkeepers. This match that went into extra time all square at 1-1. Desiree Doué was so close to getting the winner early on in that first period of extra time, and then in the second period of extra time, Ousmane Dembele denied by Alisson Becker. This one went all the way to penalties. Paris looking for their first ever win away at Anfield, and after denying Darwin Nunez, Dijo saved from Curtis Jones, and the honour fell to Desiree Doué to score the winner and send Paris into the quarter-finals of the Champions League.
Alright, a very few nights in sport, in life, either can compare to the Champions League night. A night where we saw a battle between Liverpool and PSG, a battle over the biggest rivalry in the world of Champions League. A beautiful game that we saw yesterday. Apart from that, we also saw a beautiful game involving Barcelona yesterday, winning their game. We'll talk about all the 2 games that went down yesterday. And don't forget that later today, Madrid Derby will host us. One of the finest and the biggest football show that will be going down later today. Welcome to the Wednesday edition of Sport Today on the biggest sporting platform, 103.5 FM. We are live broadcasting from Bodija here in the beautiful city of Ibadan to give you the latest and the biggest coming from the world of sport. Make no mistake, this is on 103.5 FM. Apart from the Champions League, we take a dive into the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I will discuss the 23-man list released by the coach of Super Eagles. My name is Ayo Miku Adeni. Of course, you can simply call me Purity. I'm on the driving seat this afternoon, not alone. I got my crew with me, and together we'll take you through the ever interesting, ever sensating, ever controversial world of sport. Sit back and relax. Let's do this, shall we? I got City Boy in the studio. Good afternoon to you, City Boy.
Good afternoon, Yomiko. Good afternoon to you, Ebon. It's always a pleasure to be in the studio to talk sports. And like you said, there is no night in the world football that can be compared to Champions League night. What a night we had across 4 centers in Europe. Talking about UEFA Champions League round of 16 second leg fixture. It was very, very incredible. And what a performance from the Paris Saint-Germain. Also Barcelona, securing their spot in the round of in the quarterfinal of the UEFA Champions League. We have so many talking points to actually talk about. We are here to dissect and make sense of every sporting story. So it feels good to be back in the studio, and let's just get straight into the conversation.
Definitely, we have a boo in the studio. Yesterday was here talking about the Champions League. It's good to have you back on the show, Ebonloa.
Thank you once again for having me. I'm happy to be here today again to talk about football. So yeah, let's get into it.
Alright, let's get into the action this afternoon, shall we? I will start from the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, because yesterday we saw the list that will be taken Against Rwanda and Zimbabwe later this month. Yes, we saw 23-man list released by the coach of Super Eagles of Nigeria. Definitely we drop into the conversation this afternoon. Starting from the goalkeeping department, we have 3 names. Stanley Nwambali, Amas of Basagi. Of course, we have Kayo de Bankole of Remo Stars. We'll talk about the defense line where we have the captain, Willis Chukenkona, Bright Osai Samuel. We have Bruno, also we have Cabin Passe. Don't forget our line. Right there in the middle of the park, we have several names, familiar names also. Names like Wilfred Didi, Rafael Oyedika. We have Yusuf, Aliazan, Alex Wobi, Joseph Ayodele Aribo. And of course, we have Papa Daniel Mustafa. Right there, we have a several interesting name. Up front, starting from Victor Osimhen, Victor Boniface, Simon Moses, Sadiq Umaro. Of course, we have all these names that will be going down, that will be playing against Zimbabwe and Rwanda later this month.
Yeah, of course. Let me just make these points real quick. There is no Super Eagles list, Super Eagles squad list that can be 100% perfect.
Yeah.
And so we always have 1 or 2 questions to ask, and that's why you've seen reactions and people's opinion talking about so players was not included. Why was he not included? Why was he included? And it's inevitable when it comes to Super Eagles, especially in Nigeria. Where every football fan seems to be like a manager. Every football fans can do like a coach, and so because of the passion and because of our diversity and because of the pool of talent that we have, especially in football, we tend to actually raise questions whenever the squad list is being released. And this is the first time that Eric Schell will definitely be releasing 23-man squad list for Super Eagles. And I can tell you for a fact that he has not seen some of these players play. He has not watched them play. So by and large, I can say that this squad list is based on, in my own opinion, I think it is based on the recommendation from the NFF technical committee and some of the stakeholders in the NFF as well. Although Coach Eric Schell has actually watched some of the home-based players that were included, and I think this is actually, for me, it's a good list. And the fact that MPFA players were included, talking about Papa Mustafa Daniel from Niger Tornadoes. If you watch these guys, very decent. He was there with the Chan Eagles. He played very well against Ghana. Against Ghana, right? And it was he's a very good player, and I think his inclusion can be based on performance. We can say his performance merit. And but Bankole Kayode, for me, in my own opinion, I don't have anything against Bankole, but I just feel that his inclusion is not based on performance. All right,
let's talk about based on performance now. We have other 2 goalkeeper drop from this list, name like Maduka Okoye and of course Adele Adebanjo that plays right there in
Maduka Okoye was dropped because of injury concern.
All right, but then he was in action this weekend.
Yeah, he was in action. He just made a return back from injury. So maybe the coach doesn't want to gamble and doesn't want to risk injury concern. That's why he got dropped.
Or maybe the coach is already sure of his starting number 1.
Of course, we already know that Nwabali is the starting number 1 for Super Eagles, and so you don't expect a new manager to come and change the number 1 goalkeeper of a national team. So but for me, I think by and large is a great list, but we seems to be light in defense. Look at that defensive, the defenders. I mean, Semi Ajayi is not there because of injury. Tristekon, Calvin Bassi, those are the natural number 5, except the fact that there is a newcomer, Igo. I think let me just check the name very well. This new guy that played for Sparta Prague, Igo Odu, is just coming in. He's a new guy. This is the first time that we will be called to the Super Eagles. So for me, I think the defense and the midfield is not really solid in terms of creativity. We are lacking in that midfield.
Can we say this lightness in quotes in defense is because the coach is looking to play 3 at the back?
Anyway,
we don't know. We don't even know his preferred formation.
But then, in the last qualifier, we saw Gabriel Osho being called up, and at some point.
Yeah, Gabriel Osho was called up during the last qualifier. I was talking about the African Cup of Nations. I don't know why he was dropped. Maybe he has actually dropped.
Maybe his recent form.
His recent form. So to say. But like I said, is a good list, decent from the outlook.
Right.
Especially when you take a look at our forward, we have abundance.
But then the biggest shocker is
Sirideza. Yeah, Sirideza missing out has actually sparked reactions. People have been complaining about it, but I don't want us to actually,
compared to Sadiq Umar.
Yeah, Sadiq Umar. This is not the first time Sadiq Umar will be in Super Eagles, but based on form, Sirideza's is
on fire,
better than Sadiq Umar as we speak. Is by far the highest goal scorer in the Scottish Premier League. I mean, he has scored like 20 something goals this season for Rangers.
Yeah.
So he's doing well. Even in Europa, he scored twice against Fenerbahce the last time.
Last game,
we were expecting to see him, but don't let us criticize Eric Scher for not picking him, right? Because Sirideza is not a regular guy in the Super Eagles camp.
Right.
So, but based on form, based on current performance, we can say he merits to be here. But I don't see any issue because we have so many attackers, so many good attackers. I mean, the likes of Samuel Chukwueze, Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, and Tolu Arokudare. Is
another brilliant
forward attacker. Is the highest goal scorer in the Belgian Pro League.
All right. Very good. You spoke about creativity because we can have a lot of goal scorers, but then if we don't have someone to create,
someone to create.
I mean, I saw a name like Joseph Ayodele Aribo. I was like, come on.
No, Ayomiko, you can actually make a point, but if you are actually evaluating his current performance, you could see that Joseph Ayodele Aribo has been decent this season for Southampton.
Yeah.
He has been
in recent time. This is a very important game, a very important qualifier that we have. A must win for that matter.
Must win 2 games.
Come on.
I mean, I think it's actually too early to start criticizing the coach based on
the selection
list. And like I was saying, looking at this lineup, I'm seeing 3-4-3. Honestly, I'm seeing 3-4-3. I'm seeing 3-4-2-1 based on the structure of the team. We know that Nigeria is blessed in forwards. It's going to be hard for you to drop someone like Victor Osimhen or drop someone like Ademola Lookman. But I think looking down the middle, the creativity is definitely a problem, but then you have Alex Iwobi. I think Iwobi is the most creative midfield outlet in this team, and he has been doing well for Fulham this season. So I think we just have to wait and see. I think this squad list, is not playing international football is never easy. You only have 2 weeks to adapt, to play with your teammates, and when you have a new coach in circumstances like this, it's usually difficult. But I think Nigeria individually as a team, individual players with the players like Lookman, Boniface, Simon Moses, the dribbler that can create chances from nothing. I think we have enough in this squad team individually. If everybody brings their individual game while adapting to the tactics of the new team, I think we have enough to beat Rwanda and enough to beat Zimbabwe.
All right,
and very quickly, in terms of creativity, if we cannot actually be creative in the midfield, we can fancy our chances from the flank. We have so many good Lookman and
we have
Moses Simon, you have Chukwueze, you have Ademola. I mean, so it depends on the system, it depends on the formation and the tactics of Coach Eric Scher. So we just have to wait and see. Like I said, this squad is not really bad. It's a very good one, at least for a start. It should be enough for us to actually get the better of Zimbabwe and Rwanda.
All right, let's wait and see. On today, away from the camp of the Super Eagles now, let's take stories from the Champions League yesterday. In Camp Nou, we saw Barcelona, Rafinha getting goal, and Lamine Yamal also scoring for Barcelona yesterday. They won their game against Benfica by 3-0. A very easy run. 3-1 rather. A very easy run for Bayern Munich. They were in action against Bayern Leverkusen. They also won their game by 2-0. Inter Milan secure victory at home against Feyenoord 2-1. Of course, for Liverpool yesterday, one of the biggest games we saw yesterday, PSG won the game, went on to extra time. Of course, we saw the penalty shootout.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. I think we're going to spend more time on Liverpool. Okay, so let's just quickly talk about the other games. Like I said yesterday, Bayern Leverkusen easy 2-0.
Yeah, easy one.
Very
I can see the reason why you wanted to say.
Yeah, I understand.
Their form this season has been very disappointing. Even our own Boniface, he has dropped to the bench in recent weeks after that move to Saudi collapse. So I think Leverkusen will be very disappointed. Nothing really for them this season. Barcelona also
score a goal.
Like I said, Barcelona also easy win for them yesterday.
Benfica
had what it takes to give them trouble, but they considered first. They managed to score back again, but quickly Barca just dispatched of them. Then Inter. Easy.
I'm looking forward to seeing the game between Inter and Bayern Munich in the quarterfinal. That's a proper game. 50-50. It's going to be very, very difficult. Inter Milan are physical. They are very strong. They are compact. They are very, very tough to play. Very organized. Very disciplined as well. Why Bayern Munich are technical. So it's going to be a very interesting game. Quarterfinal, proper game. I can't really wait for that.
This is Champions
League. Honestly. And for game between
the semi-final between whoever wins and probably Barcelona will also be very
it's also be very, very interesting. I really want to see Barcelona and Inter Milan.
Okay, guys, let's talk about Liverpool. I can see that you're very
of course
eager to talk about Liverpool.
All right. Before we jump into that Liverpool conversation, just like you mentioned, we are going to talk more of that game because that game was very interesting. And for some Liverpool fan, I understand their pain and feeling yesterday.
They walked alone.
I mean, they never saw that coming.
Honestly.
But then let's go for this short commercial break. And when we return, we take that Liverpool and PSG game. And don't forget that later today, the Madrid derby will be going down. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
On 103.5 FM.
Imagine having the freedom to work, play, and connect without interruptions. That is what fast internet means to us. At Highword Networks, we are passionate about delivering super fast, unlimited internet that is 6 times faster than the competition. Whether you're working from home, running a business, or streaming your favorite shows, we've got you covered. A reliable internet and 24/7 customer support ensure you stay connected all the way. So what are you waiting for? Join the iWorld Networks family today and discover a seamless internet experience. Call Jeffrey on 081 3058 9466 or visit our website www.iwn.ng to get started. iWorld Networks, connected possibilities.
láì dènà pẹnu umrah àti hajj níléeṣẹ́ aljanna travels wẹ̀lẹ̀mú ni alhamdulilayi rabbil alamin gbogbo àwọn tó ń bá wa rìnrìn àjò ló ń kan sára tí wọ́n sì ń dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba Allah láì kábàámọ̀ nígbà kọ̀ọ̀kan ilẹ̀kùn tún ti wá sí fún ìforúkọsílẹ̀ hajj 2025 tó fi mọ́ umrah ramadan tó ń bọ̀ lọ́nà dẹ̀dẹ̀ yìí àwọn èèyàn ti ń forúkọsílẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn tó ti ń bá wa rìnrìn àjò ló lè ròyìn pẹ̀lú ìgbádùn àwọn òtẹ́ẹ̀lì tó ṣàrà ọ̀tọ̀ tí ò jìnnà sí haram ní Maka àti Madina oúnjẹ tó dọ́sọ̀ lójoojúmọ́ tó fi mọ́ sí yàrá ọ̀fẹ́ fáwọn alálàájì wa tó bá ti wáyà yẹn má fàkókò játa àmọ́ èyí tó bá wù yín nínú ètò hajj 2025 basic executive standard tó fi mọ́ VIP wà ńlẹ̀ ẹ kàn sí Aljana Hajj and Umrah Services Nigeria Limited lórí iléeṣẹ́ wa tó wà ní Navada Plaza 140/142 Liberty Road Elewure bus stop Ìbàdàn tàbí kí ẹ pè ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ yìí 0904-444-4945 tàbí 0703-711-7801 àṣepé iṣẹ́ bí ẹni fẹ́ràn jẹ̀kọ́ ní hajj àti umrah ní Aljana Hajj and Umrah Services Limited.
Feel the vibes on 103.5 FM.
Let's rock.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. You are still on to sport today on the biggest sporting platform on 103.5 FM. So talking about the Champions League game that went down yesterday. Liverpool, they lost at the Anfield. They walked alone yesterday at the Anfield against PSG.
Fantastic.
I mean, I saw that coming, and I told you.
Yeah, I also said it.
Yeah.
Fantastic and superb performance from PSG. In both legs, they were the better side. They dominated, they outclassed and outplayed Liverpool. And Liverpool actually, their performance yesterday was a bit better compared to what we saw at the Parc des Princes last week. They turned up yesterday owing to the fact that they were playing at the Anfield Stadium, right? However, PSG were resolute at the back. They also maintained dominance and balance in the midfield. The trio of Vitinha, João Neves, and Fabian Ruiz, they outclassed Liverpool's midfield. And it was easy for them to actually maintain that tempo. They were very more technical, very decent, and disciplined.
Even that defense also was
even the defense was very, very resolute. They kept Salah out. Nuno Mendes. Even Hakimi on the other flank. It was a very, very, and you can see that their performance underscores team's chemistry, the importance of team's chemistry and team synergy.
And yesterday it was about Donnarumma also.
Yeah, of course, he was the hero. 7-2 penalty.
First leg it was
Alisson. Yesterday was like I was saying about their team's chemistry. Now they are playing more as a team. You can see the cohesion, you can see the balance, the progression, the togetherness. They are playing together. When they are at the back, they were very compact, they were very resolute, and even in the midfield, it's not as if they have moved from the phase of relying on individual brilliance. PSG of the past, you have superstars relying on Mbappe and all of that, but now they are playing more as a team. Even with the youngsters,
they're getting the result.
Look at Dembele. Dembele has improved. I mean, it was a well-deserved victory for them. They deserve to qualify.
All right, I know you have your reservation about that game yesterday, because before that game we spoke about the chances of PSG getting victory at the Anfield Stadium, and of course yesterday we saw coach. It was very resolute, saying Liverpool will get the win at Anfield.
I mean, very disappointing. Definitely very, very disappointing for Liverpool over the two legs. They didn't play as good as they should have. They didn't play as good as they could have. First leg we said they played very badly. That's why PSG were able to dominate them the way they did, even though they didn't win. But somehow Liverpool managed to get their win. So to come home and then to throw that advantage away and not to get a single goal in front of their fans and not to play to the standard that they expect of them must have been very disappointing for them. And then Darwin Núñez, I mean, I don't understand why Núñez is taking your second penalty.
It's a striker of the team. Anybody can miss penalty.
No, definitely.
I don't really want.
Definitely.
I've seen so many. Wait, I've seen so many. Criticism of Darwin Núñez playing the penalty. He's a striker. He step up to play the penalty. A goal poacher. You expect him to play the penalty.
Well, he missed chances in the game.
Don't let
a proper striker would
the first leg that they won. They won that game because of Darwin Núñez. He came on and he got the assist,
but not the goal.
No. Of course, he changed the game.
All right.
At the Parc des Princes, he assisted Elliott.
You have players like Virgil van Dijk still on the pitch.
Virgil van Dijk was definitely waiting for the last penalty.
You
cannot blame them with Núñez. Jones also missed the penalty.
All right.
So the penalty miss was not the reason why they lost.
Just like you said, anybody can
miss penalty in the game.
Penalty. Just like we used to say, Otilo, Liverpool.
They didn't deserve. See, it's not as if I wanted them to win because of Mo Salah, because of his chances to winning the Ballon d'Or. We know that if Liverpool can manage to win the league and the Champions League, he stands a very good chance of winning the Ballon d'Or this season. That's why I was rooting for them. But based on performance, based on what we saw across, the both legs at the Parc des Princes, they got that slim victory. It was not a deserved victory for them.
All right,
and the fact that they could not even score at Anfield yesterday, I mean, a very, very poor performance from Liverpool.
All right, let's leave that. Let's take stories that will be going games that will be going down later today. Lille will be at home against Borussia Dortmund. We saw the game. The first leg ended 1-1. Aston Villa will be at the Villa Park against Club Brugge. Don't forget that the Madrid derby will be going down today. One of the biggest games. We are hoping to see Atletico Madrid up against Real Madrid. And of course, Arsenal won the first leg 7-1 away from home. They will be at home at the Emirates today. Walk in the park for them. But then the Madrid derby.
Yeah, the Madrid derby is not done and dusted yet.
A lot to play for.
At the Wanda Metropolitano, Atletico Madrid can decide to do anything. They can be unpredictable. You know them. And playing against Real Madrid with 2-1, advantage is an advantage for Real Madrid. But an early goal for Atletico Madrid can change the tempo of this game, just like the early goal changed the game for PSG last night. We were saying it that if PSG could manage if they can manage to get the early goal, it will change the tempo of that game. And that's what happened yesterday. So Atletico Madrid will also fancy their chance. They are playing tonight at the in front of their home fans. Advantage for them, but Real Madrid cannot,
all right, quick one, Ebu, your thought on that game.
I think looking at history, looking at past results, looking at even from this season, Atletico have not beaten Real Madrid this season, and then just looking at as disappointing as Real Madrid might always be in the league when it comes to the Champions League. So definitely, it's not going to be an easy game. It's not a write-off. I even see Real Madrid probably conceding first and then having to come back again, and
the way they used to do.
A simple 1-1 is going to be enough for them to qualify. So yes, but I think at the end of the day, Real Madrid is going to qualify. Just looking based on, I mean, the team is slowly coming back together. We'll probably see Valverde at right back again today.
Of course.
But I think it's going to be a difficult game end to end. Atletico are not going to sit back from the first minute today unless they concede early, which is also very, very possible, because I think they want to go out from the start and then,
just like they did at
Santiago. They want to control the game and then pin Real Madrid behind and then probably limit them to counters. But I think at the end of the day, we're going to be seeing,
Real Madrid
Arsenal, Villa, Real Madrid qualify also.
All right, let's wait and see. It's going to be a very interesting night. But before we start our BYE on the show, we have 4 games that went down in the world of NBA this morning. Indiana Pacers they were in action against Milwaukee Bucks. Indiana Pacers won the game 115-114, just a point separating both sides. And of course, we saw New Orleans Pelicans against LA Clippers. Pelicans won the game 120